Hey everybody, Erica Serwin here from Pink Bucker Designs, and this is day 3 of our birthday bash craft along. We are featuring 2 different stamp sets, the Darling Dinos and the One More Year. There are 6 of us who planned these projects, and we all gravitated to Darling Dinos. It seems I do have more One More Year projects coming up for you, so stay tuned. We have 6 days of videos this week, 2 projects each. You'll have a total of 12 birthday projects. So if you are crafting along with us, don't worry, your One More Year stamp set's going to get some work too. All right, now today's projects have a different color scheme. I love how we all kind of went a different direction with our colors. We all designed our projects and then came together and they all look totally different. So that's the fun in this craft along, is that you're going to get different styles, different design feels, because it's 6 different designers. Today's little dinos are green and orange. You're going to need pumpkin pie and granny apple green, as well as gray granite, okay? And we're going to use the T-Rex and we call this a Stegosaurus, right? Now we've colored him already, but we haven't colored him yet. He's really cute. I like how he has little striped horns. All right, now if you have the kit, if you got the kit from me, you're going to need to pull out your toadstool garden paper. We're going to use our white ribbon, which hopefully mine is here somewhere. Here's one that's not open yet. I need to grab mine because mine's already open. You're going to also need your, I keep calling them the wrong thing, Sunny Days dots, okay? Now, you also have received a PDF if you bought the kit from us. If not, the PDF, it's actually 36 pages. It's a lot. It is available in my PDF store for $25, or you can earn it for free by shopping with me online this week. All orders over $60 at StampinUp.com will earn this for free from me, okay? So that is that. Now, if you are crafting along with me and you are going to pull your pieces out of your kit, I did some stuff ahead of time today just because the videos were taking a long time. Pull out your paper, and this is what you're going to need, okay? Let's look at the card measurements first, all right? And they're on the second sheet of the PDF for this project. First, you're going to need a granny apple green piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then you're going to need a piece that is 6 by 3 1/2, and we're going to score it right at 3. Okay, this is going to be the little book that opens up on the front. Then you need a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock that is 2 3/4 by 3 1/4, and then a piece of basic white that is 2 5/8 by 3 1/8. Now you're going to cut another piece of white, but this one's going to be a little bit bigger than this one because it's going to go on the inside. So it's actually the same size as the pumpkin pie one. I'm looking at my notes, 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. Okay. Now for your paper, get your garden, can I speak? Toadstool Garden Designer Series paper, 6 by 5 1/4. Let's see, did I cut mine already? I did not, so I do need my trimmer today. This stack is a 6 by 6 stack, so we just need to cut off on one end 3/4. Let me see. Does this have a stripe on the other side? It does. So we gotta think about our stripe. If we're gonna cut it, if we want the stripe going sideways, then we're gonna cut off 5 1/4 from like this, okay? I always do it backwards, so I have to really visualize it. All right, now you can use your trimmer to score, but again, you guys, I like to use my Simply Score. Now, when you're scoring Designer Series paper, you got to be careful, okay? Because it will rip, it'll tear. So push only lightly, okay? Softly. Score this, the 6-inch side, at 4 inches. All right, so we're going to take this, we're going to fold it like that. And then we've got our piece of garden green. This is the size of a card base, so this will fit inside of your regular envelope. And we'll put that right there. Now you're going to take your little mini card And we're going to put, I like to close it before I adhere it so I can kind of see. And it's going to go, you want to put your pattern paper inside, okay? And we're going to put it right there. Does that look centered? I think it does. Like that, okay? Now, take your pumpkin pie. And we're going to put this. This is going to be the mat for the front. And remember your 2 pieces. I'm trying to see, do I need, okay, your 2 pieces. You want to make sure that you've got the right one for the front. This one is pretty much the same size. So this one, the larger piece of basic white, goes on the inside. Okay? All right, now let's stop there and do our stamping, okay? I've done a little bit of it ahead of time. I told you guys, this is a lot of coloring this week, so when we color with Stampin' Blends, it makes the video really long. So I'm gonna do some of it ahead of time. You saw me color this guy yesterday and day before, so I went ahead and colored him the same way, just with different colors. And this time I'm gonna color the Stegosaurus. I'm going to start with my Granny Apple Green Light. I have used my Granny Apple Green so much in the last few weeks that it has run dry. Luckily, I had ordered an extra recently because there's nothing more frustrating when you go to sit down to color and your marker's running dry because you've used it so much. I'm currently designing my Club Create using this set, so my stamping blends are just getting a workout. All right, so I'm gonna just use my light, color in, and it's gonna, you can see some streaking there, but that's all right. We're gonna blend it all together here in a minute. All right, I'm gonna leave the head for in just a minute. I like to work in kind of small areas when I'm gonna do some blending. All right, I'm gonna take my dark, and I don't know why I'm using the brush end. I like to use this end better. All right, so adding shading wherever anything overlaps. So that leg overlaps that. This leg back here is definitely dark because the whole thing is overlapped. Then we would have a shadow here, like that. All right, then I'm gonna go back to my light, and this is where I like to use my brush end to kind of blend all that together. All right, there we go. Now let's come back up here. We'll do this part. I don't know what you would call this part, the fan behind his head. I mean, I don't know. Do we have any animals that have this nowadays besides birds? Yes, oh, I'm thinking of it. It's a lizard. What is it? It's a, is it the big scary lizard? We have it at our zoo. Oh, I can't remember what it's called, but it fans that out. Some dragon, Komodo dragon, is that what it is? I don't know. You didn't know you were gonna get a science lesson today, did you? All right, so I've added dark right there where you see those lines. And I'm gonna take it and fan it out towards the edges. The edges of this would be the lightest. Okay. There we go. Now we're gonna come in and do his cute little face. These little dinos are cute. They're happy little dinos. Come in if you want to add a little bit. I feel like we need a little bit more right here. There would be a little bit, maybe like right here, kind of up here around his horns like that, but his face is going to be pretty light. Maybe his bottom jaw would be a little, there we go. Okay, he looks good. Now, what about his spots? We're going to use pumpkin pie. We'll color those in like that. And then I'm going to do stripes on his horn. Like that. All right, now for that rock. I'm going to take my gray granite. You can use smoky slate too if you want. We decided that there is a piece of designer series paper in this pack, and I think it's gray granite. I think that's what we determined. All right, now I'm going to add some dark. Oh, did I start with my dark? I did. Okay, well, when you do that, you got to use dark for your shadowing. There we go. All right, so I added wherever those little lines are so you can see the shadows. Okay, now pause the video and go cut out your images with your coordinating dies. All right, if you have your Wink of Stella, add some Wink of Stella. I think these guys are so cute when they've got a little sparkle. So just add a little bit to the dots, the stripes, and the spikes. Just a little to give it, you know, little interest. Be careful, your Wink of Stella will pick up that color. If you like go like that, it's gonna smear that, so be careful. Always run it off on some scrap paper if you are gonna switch colors too. All right, so you've got those cut out. You're also gonna need to cut out a white, one of these, and 2 Granny Apple Green. We're gonna use it as a cloud here, and over here, we're gonna, on the box, we're gonna use it as like a bush, which I think is what it's intended to be, but it can be used anyway. Now, there's a stamp in the stamp set that I didn't know what it was for. It looks almost like maybe chicken feet, maybe, but it's for your little, to give your little bushes some detail. All right. Okay, now grab your Balmy Blue and Granny Apple Green ink pads and some blending brushes. All right, and we're gonna add a little bit of sky and a little bit of grass to our white piece. All right, now I'm running it off onto my grid paper first to avoid any, because if you set it down on your white cardstock, you're gonna get that. And you don't want it to be too dark. So really run it off. There we go, that's good. Okay, and then let's do Granny Apple Green. I'm using the smaller blending brushes. You could use the larger ones too. Just be careful that you don't pick up too much ink. All right, so we've got that. Now, let's get our little grass image. Oh, I just closed that. Get our little grass image. And we're gonna stamp some grass. Let's see, right here. Okay. And then, I don't think we need that again. Now we're gonna have to do this balloon string again. I get nervous every time we have to do the balloon string because I always end up stamping it where I don't want it. Okay, let's put the rocks there with dimensionals. Then let's put our little cutie right here. All right, and I'm gonna ink my balloon. Okay, I think that's about the right spot. See how I had her there? And then I placed that like that, okay? Just be careful. If you leave her there, I thought about doing that because I only inked up part of it, but what if there was still ink on the bottom of my stamp and I stamped it, then that would leave a line on her. So just be careful, go slow, go slow when you are deciding where to stamp that. Am I overthinking it? Probably. And again, I'll tell you, like I've told you the last 2 days, you can always use a black marker or your Stampin' Write marker to make that little line there. All right. We'll do our little cloud in the air. So cute. Okay, now let's bring this back. We're gonna put this right here on the front. Let's add some sunshine dots. Sunshine, where are you? Here we go, here we go. All right, and do I have my take your pick tool? And we'll add some orange party dots. Are these party dots? Or are they sunny day dots? Why does my brain not want to remember? Sunny day, okay, sunny days. Remember singing sunshine, sunshine. Okay, now on the inside, roar. We're gonna do that in Granny Apple, so we do need this again. Roar means, we'll do that right. Oh, you know, my Okay, my stamp my stamp is stained because I did it in Melon Mambo, I think. So it looked like I was getting ready to stamp a muddy stamp. All right, and then happy birthday. Let's see if I can get this centered a little bit better than yesterday. Happy birthday and pumpkin pie. And then the party hat. Do we have the party hat stamp? We should, or did we take it off yesterday? Is that the one that yep, we did. I need to get it its own little block. All right, and we'll do that right there in Memento. And then get your pumpkin pie and color. There we go. And then I'm just gonna do the stripes with the dark. This one you don't have to cut out with a die. You can just leave it there. But let's get our Wink of Stella. There we go. All right. That's a fun little birthday card. And it'll fit an envelope and not be too heavy. It's not real thick because we just used that piece of Designer Series paper. Okay, I just realized I forgot to put the DSP, the pattern paper, on the inside. This toadstool paper is free, you guys, with a $60 order, so use it up. Use it as much as you can. And you also get 8 sheets of each pattern in the pack, which I like. It goes a long way. All right, next up, let's do our box. And this is a little drawer box, a little like a sliding box. And it's perfect for maybe some Hershey Kisses in there. Very cute. There's some candy that I've bought before that are candy rocks. And they look like rocks. I don't know how they taste, but you know, that might be an interesting treat to put in there. And also I found, let's see, do I have these? I sent in my kits these little cute little baby dino eggs. So maybe some of those in there would be cute. And I know that, you know, the Mother's Circus animal cookies, they have, I've seen it online, but I haven't seen it in store yet. They have little packages of dinosaur animal cookies, like, you know, like specifically dinos. So those might be good in there too. Okay, let's look and see what paper we need. First, you need a piece of pumpkin pie. Let's see, let me get to the right page. Pumpkin pie, 5 5/8 by 6, okay? And then you need a piece, let's do all the pumpkin pie first. 2 7/8 by 2 1/2, 2 1/2 by 1 3/8. Okay, and this is really cool. This is just to make your box stronger, which I thought was a really cool design element. All right, Granny Apple Green, 3 1/8 by 9 1/2. We're gonna score these in just a second. And then the toadstool paper I need to cut 2 3/4 by 2 3/8. Let's see, you know what? I just cut that piece. I've got a scrap here. Let's use that. 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 by 2 3/8. Let's see, there's the 4th and there's the 3/8. Okay, now that we've got our pieces, we're gonna score. So I'm gonna switch over to my Simply Scored. And on the green piece, we're gonna score the long side at 1, 3 3/4, 5 1/4, and 8. Okay. Now for the little drawer part, the part that we're going to pull out, you're going to score it at 1 1/2 on all 4 sides. So 5 5/8 by 6, scored at 1 1/2 on all 4 sides. All right, grab your bone folder. You know the drill. Burnish those lines like that. And then I am going to grab my scissors, which are buried over here. And I'm going to cut off the corners like this. Okay, I'll show you why in just a second. I'm not even really doing corner to corner. I'm just cutting off, let's see, the outside corners like that. Okay, now we're gonna take, let me think about what I'm doing. We're gonna go from, here's the long side. I'm gonna cut up the middle of the score line like this. Now the reason we cut off those corners is because when you fold this up, if your score line was a little bit off, you can even see mine was a little bit off. If I had left that edge, it would stick up just a little bit right here. But because I cut that corner off, it's fine. You're not gonna see it, okay? All right, so take your adhesive of choice. I live in a very sticky, muggy climate, and so I am using liquid glue. I find that it's the best. I'm gonna wipe that off. I got out of the lines a little bit. It's raining here today too, which means everything is gonna be popping apart that I don't use liquid glue on. All right, so fold the sides in like this. Okay, and squeeze them. Like that. And if you have your little baby clothespins, we'll hold those on there for just a minute while these dry, okay? All right, now let's come over here to this part. This is gonna be the little tunnel that our little drawer slides into. And we're gonna burnish these lines, and we're basically making a loop with our paper. So on this shorter tab, you've got a shorter tab here. We're gonna put our adhesive, and we're gonna fold that in half and then fold that other end over, matching those edges like that. Looks like mine's a little bit off. There we go. All right, hold it, hold it. All right, now we've got our designer series paper and our pumpkin pie. So I'm gonna put my little party paper. It looks like a little party confetti paper. Then I've got my little dude here. I'm gonna put him here. We're gonna put our two bushes with dimensionals. I'll put one right there. I left his toenails white again, you guys. I'm interested to know, what are you doing with the toenails and the fingernails? Are you coloring them or are you leaving them white? Okay, now, in your bag of goodies, if you got the kit from me, get your little circle. And we're gonna get this stamp right here. We just used it, so that means we need to clean it really good, okay? And then you're gonna get your Granny Apple Green. Let me just clean up a little bit here. Okay, Granny Apple Green. Actually, no, we're gonna use pumpkin pie. We're gonna use both, but for this one, we're gonna use pumpkin pie. Now you can mask off your words if you want with Post-it tape or Post-it notes, but because it's clear, you can also do this, where you just stamp the edges. You can stamp on the edge, you can see what you're doing, and then stamp just the word roar. All right, now grab the little cute little feet print, and we'll have those walking across like that. All right, one more dimensional for this guy, and we'll put that right there. Let's move him down a little bit like that. Adorbs. Now, remember, we've got this extra piece of cardstock. This is gonna make the end where you're pulling sturdier. I like this. I've not done this to my boxes before, but I think it's really smart. So just glue that right there in on the side that you're gonna make the pull. Now grab your hole punch, and I don't have my fat hole punch, I have my skinny hole punch, so this may be a problem. You know what, I'm gonna pause the video and grab my other one. Okay, so now take your hole punch and just punch a hole right there in the middle. Okay, grab your white ribbon, which I still didn't grab. Here it is. And we're going to get about, I don't know, 8 inches. All right. And I'm going to take this and tie the ends in a knot. Hopefully it's long enough. Okay. There we go, like that. Then I'm going to thread it through. That's why I needed my hole to be a little bit bigger, like that. All right, and that way, if you have too much ribbon there, you can trim that off. And that way it'll pull right through that tunnel. Okay, so see that? Isn't that clever? We're like paper engineers, you guys, I'm telling you. All right, last but not least, we're gonna put that right there. What do you think? How cute. This looks like a little boy gift to me. My nephew, when he was little, he is like 28 now, but when he was little, he was obsessed with dinosaurs. He would have absolutely loved this box. Okay, you guys, maybe I should send him the card. I wonder what he would think. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me today. Remember that PDF is free if you shop with me this week. There's a host code here or on the blog post. If you're watching YouTube, hop back over to my blog. You can also purchase it in my PDF store for $25. I'm going to come back at the end after all the videos are made and insert the links for all the videos into the PDF. If you purchase the PDF or I email it to you sometime this week, if you just go back to the same link next week and open it up, it will have those links in it, and then you could save it to your computer for the future. All right, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow with 2 more birthday projects. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.